Good morning. I'm David Mancuso with Mancuso Show Management. I'm back for day three of our World Quilt Online. Many of the workshops are going really well, so we're getting great feedback on that. We hope you're enjoying watching the special exhibits on our website, viewing them, and watching our special presentations. We're also on day three of Heat Wave in New Hope, Pennsylvania. So we've had some storms come through over this, but mostly in the evening. So we should be okay. Hopefully we won't get cut off this morning. I'm here with a very special business, Seamless Sewing Arts, and so we're going to be right back with that. But let me just tell you what we have coming today. At 11 o'clock, Diana McCurry at our office is going to have Odette Toksdorf on for a great interview. Odette is in South Africa, so I think you're going to really enjoy that. And then we have some things coming up. We're going to look back at some past interviews on Facebook Live. We have two of them, and then we have the Sheba guys later this afternoon. So we do have a full day of viewing, and we hope you enjoy it. Okay, so I'm here with Denise Martin with Seamless Sewing Arts in Phoenixville, Pennsylvania. Good morning, Denise.
Hi, David. How are you?
Good, thank you. Hot.
It is. It's very hot here too. Well, we're not that far away, so
no, we're pretty close.
Enjoying the same hot weather.
Right. Yeah, Denise has a shop. She's a very brave woman. That she's opened, but it's in Phoenixville, and Phoenixville is a great town, and she's going to tell us a little something about that as we go along. Denise, so where are you? Are you in your shop?
I am. I'm in the front of the shop with our gallery behind me, so you can see our small seamless gallery, and I'll talk a little bit more about that as we do the tour of the shop.
Right. Now, are you open every day, or do you have a closed day? Or
we're open in the summer Tuesdays through Saturdays, 10 to 5 p.m. Sometimes we have classes in the evening. Well, we often have classes in the evening. The shop isn't necessarily open at that time. And then during the winter months, we also open on Saturday afternoon. Not Saturday, Sunday. Sundays from 11 to 4, and we often have classes on Sunday afternoon also.
Okay. So when did you open your store?
We opened October 9th, 2020. So it was pre-vaccine, or at least widespread vaccine. And it was in the midst of COVID. So a lot of people told me I was crazy, but I really felt that coming out of the pandemic, people were going to be eager to do something other than sew masks, and to get out and see some beautiful color and some beautiful quilts. And so I went ahead with the plan that I had been preparing for about a year prior to that. And we opened on October 9th with lots of caution. Made sure that the store was safe. We still do. We have air filters. We have shields. We were requiring masks then. Not so much now, depending on how people feel. So yeah, we opened during an exciting time.
It almost seems like not too distant future, we're going to be requiring masks again.
Yeah, a lot of customers are wearing them, yes, even though they're vaccinated.
Right. I'm finding that I'm putting mine back on, and so, well, we're going to do what we have to do, right? So
exactly.
Let's talk about, obviously, so you're in your shop this morning, but I bet you there was a long journey to get there. And so tell me, were you a sewer as a child, or a quilter? When did you start this venture in life?
Well, my mother was a seamstress. She worked in factories in New York City in the garment district when she was a young adult. And so I grew up with her sewing at home. We sewed clothes. We didn't really sew quilts. She wasn't part of a culture of quilting, or I don't think she even knew anything about it. But so I started sewing clothing very young. But I didn't really encounter quilting until I was an adult. I'd say about maybe 30 years ago. We would visit my husband's family in Michigan, rural Michigan, and he's the eldest of 8. So 5 girls were all quilters, as well as my mother-in-law. And it was my mother-in-law that really introduced me to quilting and gave me the basics. So whenever we would visit rural Michigan from Los Angeles, and the pace would really slow down, I would spend my whole time quilting and learning from her. So that's when I first learned. Although I didn't really do much of it in LA because I had a full-time career and was raising my children. So when I retired 3 years ago, I picked it up again.
Yeah. And you thought you retired.
I thought I retired. Well, I had 3 wonderful years of retirement, and now it's a lot more activity.
That's nice. So I hear Los Angeles. So tell us about your moving journey in life. Where did you start, and how did it come around? And then what was your career?
Well, my career was as a nonprofit fundraiser. So I got into that actually because I was originally an art teacher in New York. And I was fortunate to work for a private school that did a lot of work with New York museums with the students. And I became interested in museum management. So after I had been teaching there for about 6 years, I decided to go to LA to get a master's in business administration with an emphasis on managing arts institutions. And I did that, and I worked for 2 museums in Los Angeles, and quickly found out that in the museum world, if you couldn't raise money, you probably couldn't advance. So I got into fundraising work, and I worked for not only museums, but educational institutions, a clinic, a historical society, various kinds of organizations. So when it was time to retire, I was looking for quiet and a return to my creative pursuits.
Right. I understand, though, somehow or other, a rumor came my way that you were also into another art. It could possibly be music.
Oh, well, actually, I've never been a great musician.
No.
I've mainly been a visual artist. I mean, in the 60s, I had a guitar. Let's just leave it at
Oh, okay. Well, everybody had a guitar in the 60s.
Right.
So why don't you show us around your shop, if you will, and tell us what your specialties are?
We'll do that. Okay, I'm going to just switch the camera around so that we can see the shop and not me. So here we go, I think. All right. So we're going to start over here in our gallery. I'm standing at the front door. So when our customers come in, they have the gallery to the right. One of the things I guess this is my museum background or something. One of the things I wanted to be able to do in our store was to feature the work of local quilters and other fiber artists. Now, the show that's up right now is actually a traveling show sent to us by Robert Kaufman Fabrics each year when they introduce their color of the year, which this year is Horizon. They have quilts commissioned, and then shops can apply to have the quilts come to the shop. So these quilts are here for the month of August. We have several in the shop, which you'll see as we're walking through. And it's a great opportunity for our customers and the community to see contemporary quilts made by some people that they're familiar with. For instance, to the left there is a quilt by Violet Craft, who produces a lot of foundation paper piecing patterns. And I had a couple of customers come down from Bethlehem, Pennsylvania yesterday, which is about an hour's trip, just to see this quilt because I had put it in my newsletter, and they just couldn't imagine doing it. So they came down to take a look. So this is the gallery. Also in the gallery is our selection of books. We pride ourselves on our book collection. And these are, I feel, significant additions to anyone's fiber arts collection. They're not just little pattern books, they're substantial books about quilt history, Black quilt history, sashiko, various kinds of embroidery, children's sewing, paper piecing. I mean, it goes on and on. We have a very large collection of books, and we will be featuring those at the quilt show in October. So September, I'm sorry. And over here, you can see we have some more of our books. We usually have them in the windows too. We also, starting then on the left side of the store, is our fabric collection. We pride ourselves on bringing together the best modern designers. So most of our fabrics are more contemporary than you'd find in traditional quilt shops. And we do have a good selection of solids. We carry at this point over 100 Kona solids for people who need to use those, particularly in contemporary quilting. We carry some more hard to find fabrics like Charlie Harper, produced by Birch Fabrics. We carry a lot of Carolyn Friedlander. We have the new Kona sparkly collection. I don't know what they're calling it, Kona Sheen. And we also have a curated selection of notions. We don't aim to provide all the notions that our customers would need, but favorite things like a leather thimble that I always use leather thimbles, and they're great to use. We also carry some Vivilux products that help make your sewing easier. This is an LED light that just sticks onto the side of your sewing machine. It provides really bright light, and it's tiny, so that's a great little tool to have. And just other some basics, but also some special items. We like Olipfa rulers, for instance, because they have a lip on them, and that helps you create straight lines with your cutting board without a lot of fuss. We carry some basic threads, Aurifil and Metler, but not a huge selection of colors, because mainly our customers are piecing tops, and so neutral colors work for them. Let's see what else we have here. We carry a lot of Free Spirit fabrics, including Kaif, Anna Maria Horner. We carry a full selection of Marcia Dursey fabrics for people who enjoy her really unique style. We currently have in a lot of Christmas fabrics, which are always fun. And our Christmas fabrics tend to be a little retro and a little fun, some Tim Holtz, and Cotton and Steel has some really fun Christmas fabrics too. We have a good selection of pre-cuts, strip rolls, and fat quarters. We cut fat quarters, and we also buy packaged fat quarters. Over here, we have our in-store library. So this is my personal collection of books. A lot of Nancy Crow books, for instance, books about the history of quilts, doll making books, books of Japanese clothing books, which I absolutely love. Very simple patterns, very elegant style. And we do keep a TV going in the store all the time. This is quilter Natalia Bonner, sure to amaze anybody who watches her work. So we like to keep videos going so that people can be inspired and get ideas from those. I put together a little selection of items that we are going to be selling at the quilt show. Fun things like the hang it dang it for hanging your quilts on the wall easily. Some kits, lots of fat quarters, particularly for Halloween, and some interesting solids. Kaif has come out with a puzzle, 1,000-piece puzzle, which is fun. And we're also going to be getting in some G's Bend puzzles as well. So that's sort of the left side of the store. I'd say at this point we have about 1,100 bolts. We're never going to have a huge number of fabrics, but we know our fabrics very intimately. So when customers come in, we will spend as much time as they require helping them find the combinations and the projects, the combinations of fabrics that they need for the effect they want in their projects. We also have a fabric and selection and color class that we do to help people understand fabric design and how to use it effectively in their quilts. We have a good collection of patterns. We carry Denise Schmidt, we carry Zen Chic, we carry Lo and Behold Stitchery, and most of them are, again, contemporary type patterns. We also, if we go over to this other column, we have a lot of Carolyn Friedlander patterns as well for people who like foundation paper piecing. I think we have a customer that just came in. Hi, welcome.
Good morning.
We also, we carry materials for sashiko. Sashiko has become a popular craft that people are picking up now. I know the Modern Quilt Guild at QuiltCon is featuring a master Japanese sashiko maker, and I'm looking forward to taking his class at QuiltCon this year. And you can see one of our customers really got into it here and started doing her own designs. Actually, her husband, who's an architect, would make up the designs and then she would quilt them. We also have a number of samples in the store. This is Marcia Dursey's new alphabet, which I quilted up so that people could see how that makes up. And we have our little classroom area here. We generally have four people in a class that uses sewing machines. We have 4 sewing machines, Baby Lock Presto 2s, very versatile machines, so people don't have to bring their sewing machine unless they want to. It's also great for the kids' classes on Saturday morning because most of the children that we have had come in for sewing class have parents who don't sew. So they don't have a sewing machine in the family. So we have them for them. We have a little design wall up here where we put up projects that may be coming up in classes, or we strip it down and people can use it to lay out their quilts and do improv work if they would like to do that. Let's see, over here is our long arm. We take in quilting. We do edge-to-edge computerized quilting for clients as well as custom quilting. And we pride ourselves on our quick turnaround. My associate Susan and I do all the quilting. So we offer that service as well. I'm gonna move around this way. And let's see if I haven't covered anything else. Oh, we also have a lot of customers these days who are interested in bags. And we are fortunate to partner with Amanda Kosabut of Glue and Stitch, whose bags are absolutely stunning. And I'll show you a couple in a minute. So we carry noodle head patterns and some other bag patterns, as well as all the hardware that our customers would need to make the bags, particularly the bags that are being featured in our classes. And I'm just going to move over here a little bit and show you some of Amanda's work. Her bags are truly flawless. We sell them ready-made. I'm trying to figure out how to show it here. And she also teaches specific bags. So those classes tend to fill up very quickly. And she has a bag following as a result. Well, David, what have I left out, do you think?
I've got to tell you, I know before the interview, you told me you were in about 1,100 square feet there. And
right.
Absolutely. Did you design that space?
I did. I designed it. I like to do graphics. I do our newsletter, and I like to design spaces. So I've designed all of our house renovations, and I did put the store together.
Listen, can you come up to our office and make it look like that? You have an incredible variety of items, and so well displayed. I can't believe that's 1,100 square feet, and so that's really a petite shop. But you're right. I could see I could hear just by what you're saying about each piece of fabric, the cave fabrics, that you do have a deep knowledge of what you have, and that's really a feather in your cap. I mean, it's a wonderful looking shop. So I guess I wanted to thank you, of course, for coming up vending at the Pennsylvania National Show, in mid-September. You're the closest business, I believe, to the show that we have, and so I want to double thank you for being a vendor sponsor. So it was nice of you to sponsor our show. So I want to tell the audience and anyone tuning in that well, number one, Phoenixville is a really neat town. We've discovered it over the years, different places to eat and what have you.
Yes. people should know that Phoenixville has more breweries than anywhere in the area, as well as distilleries and great restaurants. It's a comeback town. It had been a steel town that really took a dive after the steel industry moved out. And it was only about 10 years ago that some local developers were able to start businesses here that have turned the town around. The town does a great job of programming. So they close the streets on Friday afternoons through Monday mornings in the summer and into the fall. As long as you can eat outside, you can, eat on the street, not off the street, but on the street, where the restaurants put out tables. And then they also have great events. So a lot of people come to Phoenixville for the events and for the good food and great beer.
Yeah,
and hopefully now for some quilting.
I think they will, and so then I want to double thank you for sponsoring, as I mentioned.
My pleasure. Quilt shows are very, very important for people. It's the way sewists get to see other people's work and become inspired and want to try new techniques. So quilt shows are like quilt museums, basically. That are on the road, because the great quilt museums in this country are in various places that a lot of people can't get to. So I applaud you, David, for your many years of producing this wonderful show. And we certainly hope that everyone in the area takes advantage of it.
Thank you. So I want to mention, as many people don't know this, but you can purchase discount tickets to get into the Pennsylvania National Quilt Extravaganza at our sponsors' locations. And so what is your address there in Phoenix?
We're located at 313 Bridge Street in Phoenixville, Pennsylvania. And we have ample parking behind the store in a municipal lot, as well as free parking on the street. So we hope you come by and see us in Phoenixville. We're about maybe 20 minutes from the quilt show.
That's about it. And do you have a website?
We do. You can find us at seamlesssewingarts.com. We have our entire inventory is online for purchase. And so you can purchase online and pick up in the store, or you can purchase online and we can mail to you. Amanda, our bag maker, has just walked in, so it's always great to see her.
Very nice. And so I want to continue that. So you're going to be selling at your store discount tickets. The general admission at the show is $15. Mm-hmm. And there's $1 off if you go over to Phoenixville to that beautiful shop in that beautiful town and you purchase your ticket ahead of time. It makes it also quicker to get through any lines at the show and what have you. Denise, you going to be offering anything else to people that come by and buy a ticket?
We are. In order to encourage people to buy tickets, we're going to match your discount. So you'll actually, if you buy your ticket at Seamless, you'll get $2 off the admission ticket with a purchase of $20 or more in the store.
That's great. Well, this has been a real treat. It makes me want to jump in the car and come down to Phoenixville.
Well, come on over.
Okay. Listen, we thank you very much. Those tickets probably will arrive today. So I'm hoping they do.
Excellent.
Anyway. They should be in your mailbox very soon. And so best of luck with it. We're looking forward to seeing you in person in mid-September. And thank you very much.
My pleasure. And, I would encourage your viewers to just go to our website and sign up for our newsletter, because information about the tickets will be in the newsletter, as well as information weekly about the shop. We only send one newsletter one time a week, so we won't hassle you. Great. Thanks again, David.
Nice. Thank you.